Family. My name is Jerry Ball. I'm the chairman of the Trading Up Multi-Site Satellite Subcommittee. We entered into a movement called Trading Up, a campaign that will continue through 2013.
Do you realize 1.1 million more people are moving to Collin County over the next 20 or so years? And so what are you going to do about that? This community proper, just Wylie proper, this doesn't count Saxe, this doesn't count Murphy, doesn't count these outlying areas. Don't you realize that Wylie proper, about 20,000 more? So given that's the case, what we'd love to do is in some of the remotest parts of Collin County, we'd love to plant some churches. Then the other option is this, and this is the one that's more localized, and this is what we would call the satellite church.
In the fall of last year, I made contact with Vince Smith, our Collin Baptist Association director, and I shared with him about the vision that First Baptist Church of Wylie had as it was laid out by Chris in the fall through the 2020 Vision Series.
I was just so excited to hear what's been going on with Friendship Baptist Church and First Baptist Wylie. Our associations existed as partners in the gospel for more than 130 years, and when I heard the story of what God had been doing at Friendship Baptist and just some of the recent history, it just really moved my heart that there was an opportunity for another of our churches to strengthen Friendship.
Since February, we launched 32 people from First Baptist Church of Wylie to go across the street to Fairview to begin this partnership. God has blessed our time with Friendship.
Well, we've been through a lot, and I was there when it began, and I've immensely enjoyed the presence of First Baptist Church out of Wylie coming and helping us strengthen.
And as we started discussing the opportunity of coming together with First Baptist Church of Wylie, that discussion that started with Chad Womack later became Chad and Chris Segrist, and now after many meetings with all different kinds of folks, as we've talked through this process, I really believe we've come to an important time in the life of both of our churches.
When we did Trading Up, and when what we were calling satellite campuses was first really talked about, we had no idea how that was going to look.
Well, as a member of the personnel team, we met with the steering committee with Friendship Baptist Church. We got to know the gentlemen on that team, and we know their hearts and their minds. They've made a presentation to the Friendship Baptist Church.
We, over the last year, have had our opportunities, and this strengthening program with First Baptist Wylie has been a great inspiration and also encouragement to me personally and to the congregation.
As we went through our Trading Up satellite team and began to pray and process about what God would do in the future, a multi-site strategy seemed to be what made the most sense. Now, after that message was preached, I really had no idea at all what it would take or what it would look like to move to that strategy. And that was when I believe God really stepped in. Chad Womack, our missions pastor here, went and led a team of over 30 folks there for basically through the last part of the winter and into the spring, and did just a great job. I'm so proud of Chad and his leadership and that team that went with him, because they gave up their spots here at the main campus, at their home campus, to go and explore this missional opportunity with us, and with no guarantees what would happen. And so the fact that God has given that kind of heart to First Baptist Church of Wylie, which historically we've had, there's several churches in our region that have been started and helped as a result of the ministries here at First Baptist Church of Wylie. But then also that God would be moving in that church over there 100 plus years old, and yet they're willing to be replanted and reinvigorated and look to a new direction. That just seems like it's kind of only God who could do these things. And so I look forward to the season that we're in here through Better Together, and asking the questions that just go with that. You know, anytime two people get married, there's two families that get married, and there's a lot of excitement about that, but there's also questions. And so my hope and heart is, as these two faith families determine if they're supposed to become one faith family, we will go through a spiritual process. You know, as a leader over these last few years, I really do believe that my heart has changed on some things. As a younger leader, I think you're prone to look at things in terms of wins and losses. But with a new sense of urgency, I really have a heart that says, God, whatever you want to do and however you want to do it, I just want to be a part of that. I've so enjoyed these last nearly 8 years as being the pastor of First Baptist Church Wylie. These have been the most exciting days of my entire life. We've seen hundreds of people come and join this family. We've seen hundreds of people trust Christ, not just in this city, in this region, but around the world. We've been a part of multiple campaigns together. We've seen a church go to multiple services and multiple small groups. And to me, it just sort of seems like this is the next thing that God has brought to us. And so now we just ask the question, are we better together? And we pray and we fast and we seek God and we see if this is His heart. And so I'm very open to whatever God would want to do, whatever that looks like. My hope and heart is that He would bring us together. We'd be better together. But I'm also willing to say, God, whatever you want to do. And so I just pray that you'll be praying and that we together will find out if truly we are better together.